All right.
Gotta whip that up.
Are we ready? I don't have nothing. I'm a mess.
Warm it up, Chris.
That's the second crisscross reference you've made on this show.
That's right.
Too many.
Yeah.
No. Too less.
No.
All right. Ready. Here we go. And we're back. Welcome to episode, I think it's the highly anticipated episode number 30. Me and me and the podcast are both 30, I guess, at this point. They're 30 episodes in 30 years. Take that how you want.
30 for 30.
30 for 30. There you go. 30 for 30. And that voice that you just heard, that's our guy. He's been with me for, I don't know, a year and a half. No, almost a year and a half. Year and a half works. Let's call it a year and a half. I'm Ron. You could find me on Twitter at We The Fans. I'm a mess. It's been 3 weeks. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. At We The Fans _Ron. And on Instagram, at We The Fans Network, and Facebook also. And the person that I was just referring to before I went in a completely different direction and brought it back to myself, there he is, right down there. Nope, down there, and diagonally. Boomer, down that way. There he is. Boomer, tell the people.
Me. I know you've missed us. It's been 3 weeks. It's probably going to be 3.5 weeks by the time you listen to us again.
Is that a shot at me?
You're screaming in your pants waiting for another episode. And I am at Live with Boomer or at 2CB.
And, of course, Mike is with us. 30 episodes in, here for most of them. He wishes he was here for more than Boomer, but I think Boomer's got him beat. We'll have to do the count. Mike?
Think he does, but only by a couple. Finally, it's happy to be back here, and you can reach me at Whoop There It Is on Twitter and Boom Went to Dynamite on Instagram.
And if you're watching the video and you didn't catch any of that, have no fear. You probably already noticed that if you look right there, Boomer?
Yeah.
Nope, Mike, opposite direction.
Shit. Thought I had it this time.
Boomer straight up. There you go. Yeah, there you go. If you look right there, you can find all the social media pages right there, so follow us. And if you're watching, listen to the audio on any podcast app, rate, review, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff, share it, spread the word. And if you're listening, do the same on YouTube and subscribe and all that. I also would like to say that Boomer's not the only one here with a second podcast anymore, but you should listen to the Boomstick podcast. I haven't listened to it in a minute, but I got to catch up. Waiting to be called back as a guest. There was a lot of confusion last time. Nobody knew if I was coming or going. We'll figure it out. But you can also check out the Rebound with Sound podcast as well as the Boomstick podcast I'm doing with my cousin. We've been making music for about 7 years. Rapper, teacher, dean, coach. He kind of does it all. We've been working together for a long time. Completely different podcast subject matter, but check that one out also, and you can follow us on Instagram at Rebound with Sound. Enough of all of that. Let's do what we came here to do and get down to business. Pick this podcast up where we left it off 3 weeks ago. And let's start with the NBA Finals. Some real critical injuries. The Kevin Durant thing, I've been crying about it for probably a month already, and it scares me. But now Klay Thompson's hurt. The last that I read was that the Warriors are trying to sit Thompson for Game 3, but Klay is trying to play. Just rhyme that one. You catch that? Did you catch the rhyme? What are your thoughts, Mike?
I think he's gonna sit out this game. I think he is going to wait till Game 4 when he's really needed. This game is a must-win, though, for Toronto. Like if he sits, they have to win this to get home field.
Got to take advantage.
Home court back again. But it's going to be tough for them to win the series. It's going to go 6-7 games, but I just
going to be tough for who? Toronto?
For Toronto to win the series, yeah. Even if Thompson is out for one game or the remainder. Same with Durant.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I said Warriors in 5.
We have it as 6 on the
Six. That's what it was. I said 6, yeah. And you disagreed, Mike. You said 7, right? And me and Boomer felt comfortable with 6.
I think I said 7. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think so. I still think that's going to happen. I think you're right. They have to take advantage I mean, obviously, they have to take advantage of just the fact that Kevin Durant hasn't played yet. Having 2 out of the 3 out, I mean, obviously we're not including Draymond in there, but having 2 out of the other 3 out is huge. It's huge. I mean, they're losing 2 out of their 5 starters, and they already have an all-star team. You're right. They have to take advantage of it. Boomer, what do you think about the injury? Play, no play?
So Iguodala's hurt too. So I mean, you're talking about another starter.
Yeah.
I mean, he is. I mean, he might play, but he's not efficient.
He's banged up.
Normally is. But I bet right away as soon as the line came out, I moneyline the Raptors for this game because I think the Raptors are not the Raptors. I think the Warriors are just dismissing this game. I think both Durant and Thompson come back for the next game, and I think the Warriors easily win the rest of the way out. I think they win 4-2. I think Raptors win tonight. And it started at 6.5. I personally thought there's no way Kevin Durant is playing. And then I don't see why you would even try and risk Thompson getting hurt more if you know Durant's coming back in Game 4, which I think he is. And so I moneyline the Raptors.
Do they know
tonight.
that, though?
Huh?
But do they know that?
I think they do know that. They say that he's been ready to go full board in practice, and they said as soon as he can go full practice, he can play.
But how much of that is a smokescreen? How much of that is a smokescreen so that Toronto has to prep for him being on the court?
Yeah, but Toronto just isn't that good. Like, the game they won...
They're in the NBA Finals.
I don't think they're that... They made... In Game 1, they were making slop, luck. I mean, they had to make everything luck, period, to even win that game. And I just don't think they'll be able to do it the rest of the series.
I agree. I don't think they're going to be able to do it either. I think they're a good team, but I think the Warriors are just... I mean, even if Toronto steals this game, I don't think it's going to matter.
I will say, though, I just saw a stat. If, let's say, Durant is out another game or 2, Klay Thompson's out a game or 2, like you said, Boomer, Iguodala is banged up. He's the next one to hit the shelf if he gets pushed too hard. But Van Fleet on Toronto has Curry 4 for his last 16 shots. So he's playing pretty good defense on him. So
that's part of it too. Is they've been raping Curry in Toronto, and he hasn't been getting the calls. They're at home now, so you're going to see Curry start getting a lot of calls tonight, I think, because they've been murdering him.
Well,
it's also the last 2 games in Oracle Arena, so it's going to be electric.
Not even that. They're also the NBA is very reactionary, and they're kind of like, if people start complaining, they'll react and they'll give them what they want. You know what I mean? So like, if people are online complaining that Steph Curry's getting hacked and it becomes a story, well, guess what's going to happen the next game? Steph Curry's not going to. They're going to call the fouls. He's going to get sent to the line a lot. I mean, if let's say games tonight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. About 40 minutes.
So let's say the game tonight, we could probably see Steph at the line, 7-8 times easy?
Oh, I think he's going to go at least 12. I think Curry might
definitely double digits.
Curry might put up 40, 50 points if Thompson and Durant, aren't playing.
He has to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that also depends on how everyone else plays, because you also got to remember, the Warriors are the Warriors, and yeah, individually they're great players, but a lot of the reason is why they're great is because they built this super team, so you have to put attention all over the place. You can focus your attention now on Steph Curry. Now, taking the other side of it from what we all just agreed on, I'm just going to play devil's advocate, and let's say, what were those stats? He had him 4 for what?
Like 4 for 16 in the final, something like that, 4 for 15.
And that's with other people still needing to be defended and the floor being spread out. So now what happens when they could zone in on Curry? I agree. I think he's going to go off.
He hits crazy shots. I mean, Curry he can hit him from anywhere on the court.
I agree. I think he's going to go off.
Undefended.
But there's the potential, just based off that stat, that if they had to spread their defense out before and they were stopping him, well, now if they could focus on him, they could really stop him, potentially. I don't think it'll happen, but potentially that's what could happen.
You got Draymond Green, you got Boogie Cousins giving you 10, 12 minutes.
But that's
Maybe he plays a little bit more.
But that's not Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson.
You take away Kawhi Leonard, what do they got? Same thing on the other side, dude.
Right, but they're a lot easier. Not easier, but they're a lot more of a beatable team, Toronto. because of that. That's what I'm saying. So
makes it more equal.
Yeah.
I mean, people aren't giving the Raptors enough credit. I mean, they did go 17-5 this year without Kawhi. They've been the number one seed, I think, back-to-back years when he hasn't been on the team. The team's better than what people are giving them credit for, but I don't think they're good enough to beat the Warriors no matter what.
So this wasn't scheduled, but question: do you think Kawhi Leonard stays or leaves Toronto?
Leaves.
Rumor is I don't know how true it is, but I saw it. He just bought a house in Toronto.
Yeah.
He's what in Toronto?
He bought a house.
I mean, whether you told me that or not, I think he's staying there.
I think he's leaving.
I think it's the type of market that fits him. It's like not New York, LA, Dallas, in your face media. It's Toronto. Like, he's such a low key guy. I think it's a home run for him, and especially if they win the championship, which I doubt. But
that's what I was going to ask Boomer. If they win, do you think he still leaves?
I think he leaves no matter what.
Goes where? Why would he want to leave? He just went to a team that went to the championship.
Man. He's from the area. It's another quiet franchise. They're second to the Lakers. Huh?
He's from Los Angeles, dude. That's not quiet. I mean, the Clippers, I get it.
When have you heard anything about the Clippers? They're quiet as fuck.
The Clippers, yeah. It's like playing for the Mets, bro.
It's L.A. It's like...
It don't matter where he's at. Nobody talks about the Clippers in L.A.
Yeah, even
but just think about his personality. Like, he was in San Antonio, which was perfect, and then he went to Toronto.
But Mike, Boomer's right. It's gonna compare. So it would be LeBron and Kawhi, and compare that to when it was Kobe and Blake. Nobody gave a shit about Blake Griffin. Nobody gave a shit.
It's the Clippers. Nobody cares.
Correct. I agree. That's exactly how it would go. Let's stay on the NBA for one more topic. The Pelicans' phones are ringing, and apparently they're answering, and they're listening to offers for Anthony Davis. I haven't heard any rumors yet on if anything changed or if it's the same teams that have been talked about. Basically, Yankees. I was going to say the Yankees. The Lakers or the Knicks.
No, it's about the Yankees.
Have you guys heard anything different?
Yeah, I heard today that David Griffin said he loved the deal that the Lakers tried giving him last year, and I think if they give it to him, they'll give him AD.
Yeah, I see a headline now from Forbes.
I heard Kuzma and
Kuzma.
Ingram and swapping the first, but that's not enough in my opinion. That's definitely not enough.
I think it's like Hart, Ball, Ingram, the fourth pick, I think is what they're offering. It's just AD and back, no swaps.
Boston is saying that they're not afraid of risk of trading for him.
They got a lot of picks.
No, Boston isn't going to
play for them
because Kyrie's not going to stay there, and they're not going to give up Tatum to get AD. So I think Boston's out completely.
It's not meant to get. You don't got to get rid of Tatum necessarily.
Well, you're going to get rid of. They got nobody else on that team.
The guard. What's the guard? Is it Marcus Brown?
Marcus Smart?
Yeah. Marcus Smart.
Yeah. No, he ain't good.
There's another one.
He's a backup player. He's a backup player.
Yeah, so, Terry Rozier's a backup too.
Apparently, so we have what? How many people do we clown on this show regularly? Whenever their name comes up, I'd say Antonio Brown is one of them, right?
Scottie Pippen.
Odell Beckham.
Boomer.
No, we as us, we the fans, us, all three of us. We kind of Antonio Brown. He's a clown to us, right? We can all agree he's a clown.
Yeah, agreed.
Odell Beckham, clown.
Fucking idiot.
Agreed.
And I can't think of any more, but there's definitely one other guy who I'm going to say right now that is a clown and we all agree on, and he is actually involved in the topic that we were just talking about. LeVar Ball is a clown, and apparently, according to LeVar Ball, Lonzo ain't going nowhere in reference to the Pelicans trade.
According to LeVar Ball, all of his sons are playing for the Lakers too. That looks promising.
Yeah. I mean, dude, the Pelicans should trade if he's involved in the trade, and then release him, and then go now go do what you want.
Don't wait, Ron. Don't say something like that. Then the Knicks will go end up signing him.
I already heard that, dude. Didn't we already talk about that?
I could totally see that. I would die. I would take. I don't want Durant. No, I think he's frail.
So 3-team trade. Watch this. It's gonna be just a nightmare scenario, right? Pelicans, Lakers, Knicks. 3-team trade, right? AD obviously winds up in the Lakers in LA in this trade, and let's say the Knicks give up Knox and someone else, and throughout all of it, somehow we wind up with Lonzo Ball and like a pick or something like that. Let's say like Lonzo and Kuzma we wind up with. I will go crazy. I'll go nuts.
And then we trade the 4th pick too. Like
yeah. No RJ Barrett, no nothing. 3rd pick, by the way. Third.
I'm sorry.
It wasn't that
Lakers
bad.
have 4.
Yeah. RJ Barrett apparently is meeting with the Knicks also, or already met with them. I don't remember. I read it a few days ago. I don't know if it happened already or not. But if we're done with the NBA, you guys got anything else?
No.
Some hot chick about to sing the national anthem. I don't know who it is. Tennille Arts. Never heard of her.
I bet you will now.
I just did.
Exactly. So I don't know if you guys have been paying attention. Last time we talked about it, you weren't. So I kind of had to carry it on my back myself, and I'm sure I'm going to have to do it again. Because if you are not watching it, you guys are missing one hell of a Stanley Cup final.
I've been watching. I've been betting, and I've been winning lots of money on gambling on the hockey.
Did you watch the last game?
Yeah.
What a game! What a game!
What?
What a game!
Yeah, I bet at the end. So you can live bet throughout hockey, like by periods. So 3rd period, you could take plus 190 for St. Louis to win the game in regulation, but if it goes to overtime, you lose. So I bet that, and then I bet St. Louis to win just money line overtime or anything, and hit that. And then I had over of the whole game of 5.5 goals. And as soon as they emptied the net and they sold right away and scored, it went over. Won all 3 of those.
Dude,
nice.
That's pretty good. It's got to be. So like I've don't they have the live betting for like everything now?
I mean, it's hard. So hockey, they don't do it like wild action is played. But NBA,
because it's too fast.
Action.
Baseball, you can do like a pitch, like will the batter hit, walk.
Yeah, but the NBA, the NHL is way too fast. You can't do it for hockey. Yeah. You'll never get anything in time. They only do periods. Yeah, but I played like one of those games where you had to like it was like fake. It was before everything got legalized. It was like a few years ago, where it was kind of like that, where you had to like make a prediction on the next play and stuff like that, and that shit's not easy. That is really hard. Or like the half or whatever. That's really hard. So live betting hockey is probably, well, you're doing it between the periods, so I guess, I don't know. But every period's so different in hockey. Like in this
one. Working out for me, that's all I know.
In that last game,
penalties, bullshit like that.
Yeah, but it's so different because in that last game, in the first period, St. Louis came out firing on all cylinders. They came out of that 7-2 loss, and they knew if they lost that game to Boston, then they went down 3-1, the series was over. They probably weren't even winning another game after that. And they came out hitting and shooting and just flying up and down the ice. And on point, they looked great. They looked like the dominant team of the series. And then the second period came out, and they looked like the same team that lost 7-2 in the game before that. Probably not as bad, but they didn't look like they did in the first period. And Boston all of a sudden was the dominant team. So, I don't know. Betting hockey in between periods probably can't be that easy either because there's so...
I don't know. So, I've learned that things I don't know that much about, if I bet them, I do better. Like football, I overthink everything because I know too much about it.
Right, me too.
It screws me.
Yeah.
So bet baseball. You'll be a friggin' home run.
Jesus Christ. Baseball shouldn't even be a fucking
pun intended. But yeah, these playoffs have been awesome, dude. So, Boomer, did you see what happened to Zdeno Chara?
Oh yeah, fuck to the face, man.
Ouch.
So, Mike, I guess you didn't see the highlight or anything? So
no.
It was basically the puck got deflected off the stick. It wasn't like it got shot
like
and
a
flew up.
direct hit, yeah.
No, they were like 3 feet in front of each other. It literally got deflected up into his jaw. And Zdeno Chara physically is one of the biggest guys in the NHL. He's a fighter. He's one of the toughest guys in the NHL. Hockey players are already tough sons of bitches. He's even another level above that. He's a guy that, rumored, I don't know how true it was, last time they were in the Cup, was playing with a broken ankle and just taped it up as tight as possible and wrapped it as tight as possible so there wasn't that much, flexibility in the ankle, so he wasn't moving it. He's that type of guy. So he was out the whole time he got hurt, came back in the third period. I think he played one shift. And I was watching.
Breaking news, Klay Thompson's out.
Klay Thompson's out. There we go. So now we'll see if the Rockets. We'll see if Toronto Raptors could take advantage of that. But getting back to Chara, he played one shift in the third period, and I was watching it with my father. We couldn't believe he wasn't on the ice, and I turned to my father and I said, his jaw is definitely broken because he had a gash. He's got a beard, but you could still see the gash. Split open. His skin was split open. If he didn't get stitches, he got staples. It was something.
Or glue or some shit.
Yeah. And then they actually said yesterday they came out and said Zdeno Chara had a broken jaw, and that's the only way that guy was missing anytime. I expect him to play the next game.
I bet he still plays.
Yeah. Oh, I fully expect him to play.
They're not soft like those golfers. Man, those PGA golfers are soft.
Same with baseball players.
Such a
especially.
Hey guys, I gotta go on the 30-day DL. My toe got hurt.
Wait, hold on. What is every baseball player a Canadian?
What are you talking about?
I gotta go on the DL, eh?
Hey,
buddy.
I was walking over that white chopped line and my pinky toe got dislocated.
So they're all drunks.
Oh shit!
At least you didn't go racist and do like a Spanish accent for baseball. At least you didn't do that. I did just make that comment though, so I guess that makes me the racist. But I'm Puerto Rican.
Spanish, and so are you. So.
Yeah, I was just saying, but I'm Puerto Rican, so I don't really know.
Oh God!
Cállate. So let's just move on. So that the NHL. Yeah, exactly. The NHL Stanley Cup Finals to this point, it's tied 2-2. It's been enjoyable. I love it. I say I love hockey and I love the NHL all the time, but I don't watch it as much as I should. I'm a fool. That's why. I'm just a fool. But let's move on. The next thing, I don't remember what it was because I didn't finish writing everything down. So, Major League Baseball, Boomer's favorite topic.
Speaking of which, Kimbrel just signed with the Cubs.
Like, just signed.
I didn't see that.
On my phone about 10 minutes ago.
God dang. I saw somebody tweet that
hold on.
An hour ago.
Breaking news! Thank you. Craig Kimbrel signs with the Chicago Cubs.
Good for my fantasy team. Bad for my heart.
It's not going to affect you. It's not going to affect him.
I'm curious, what was the contract? 3 years, Boomer? Did it say?
Well, you know what?
I didn't click on it. We were talking when
I got an iPad in front of me. Let's look it up. Greg Kimbrel.
I'm curious if it's a 1 year or a 3 year because he's not getting any more than 3.
You know what I'm curious about? You guys laughing at me about my Boston pick, and
we'll get there. Take it easy. You know it's coming because we went over the topics, so you know it's coming. Don't undercut me like that ever again. Okay, have some damn respect.
Ron, I'm undercut you every day of the week. Ron, I'm thinking like three for 45.
I don't think there is numbers. No numbers yet.
3 for 45, give or take $1 million.
All right, we'll go with Commissioner Mike. 3 and 45.
3 and 45. Apparently, he was looking for around 6 for 100. So 3 for 45 would make sense if he got a 3-year deal. Actually, no, it wouldn't. 3 for 60 would make more sense.
Nah, he wanted like 17, 18 million a year. He's probably getting anywhere from 13 to 15 mil and shorter years.
I think if he's getting shorter years, he's getting more money.
No, he wouldn't be signed if he wasn't going to take.
No, I know, but I'm saying if he wanted 6 for 100, that obviously evens out at 3 for 5.
Probably want 3 for like 60. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It obviously evens out to 3 for 50. If he's taking less years, he ain't taking the same amount of years per.
God bless the Cubs for paying that amount of money.
Exactly. for a closer.
Not even a closer. You got to be in baseball shape. Like it's like him and Keuchel. You're talking July. No, like rehab games. Like you have to.
Your arm, and I know what you're saying.
They don't have a spring training.
Ignore the troll. Don't feed the troll. Okay. Don't feed the troll. Anyway, let's talk about exactly. You guys watch It's Always Sunny, Mike? You do, right?
Oh
yeah.
You gotta pay the toll if you want to get in the boys' hole.
Boys' hole.
Gotta pay the troll toll. So if you ask me, who has paid the troll toll this year, and who probably sold their soul to the devil? And nope, not you, Boomer. We're talking about other things now. Brian Cashman or Hal Steinbrenner probably paid the troll or sold their soul to the devil.
To get that boys' hole?
To get it? No, not to get the boys' hole. To have the Yankees perform as if they had a full roster for the past 2 months, and they didn't because my guys have a 2.5 lead in the division, but more importantly, and now Boomer will get to your topic, a 7.5 lead on the Boston Red Sox. Shove it up your ass, Boston. Boomer, I believe that you might be right, and the Boston Red Sox might go from having a record-setting year and winning the World Series to absolutely missing the playoffs. If their season keeps trending the way it is, you will be correct. Boomstradamus will be 2 for 2 because I can't remember a prediction you made that you were wrong on. I only remember the Odell Beckham one, which took 1.5 years to come true, but it did come true. So I don't know. I hope they miss the playoffs. I've said it. I hope you're right. I didn't think you were going to be right. We're a little over 2 months into the season, and it's shaping up to look that way. Mike?
He could be right. I mean, it's still a bit early. I did say Tampa has a good shot of winning the division. They're only...
Yeah, but you were wrong about that. So.
What do you mean? How am I wrong about that? They're 2.5 out.
Because they're not going to win the division. That's how you're wrong. You're not wrong. Okay, so, fine. You're not wrong now. You'll be wrong in a few months. Okay?
Thank you.
No problem.
I feel like my pick is more outlandish than your team's pick.
It's equal. Almost equal. But, I mean, look, I praised Cashman from the beginning. I think he's underrated. I think he gets looked upon because he has a unlimited budget to do what he has to do, but he always has a great farm system and gets his best players he can get with his money. So he's, Yankees are the Yankees. It is, it's a good organization in regards to consistency. It's probably the nicest thing I'm going to say about the Yankees.
Yeah, I was just going to say that too. That's the nicest thing you've ever said about the Yankees.
You should clip that. That's
There's a few things I got to clip.
Get the timestamp on that.
There's a few things
I got to clip. The Tigers are still a better organization.
So,
clearly.
Speaking of which, I'm not trying to shout out this company or anything.
So, hold on. I'm gonna have to put a mute on whatever he's about to say.
They're paying me.
Hold on. Let me write down whatever time this is so I can make sure I put the mute at the right spot.
Yeah.
So, it's called the Headliner app. They took my other podcast on their own and did a minute clip and clipped it for us.
They did
audio and stuff and put it out and promoted it on their thing. But you can download the app so you can do like minute clips of our show.
Yeah, it's really hard to do on my phone. I tried.
Yeah, it's an app for it. It's called Headliner app.
Oh, there's an app now? There wasn't an app a few months ago.
They took our clip from Boomstick and did it for us and sent it to me and put it on and sent it out to Twitter, and then that's how I found out about it. And so yeah, you can do quick minute cuts of shows. I've
gone on their website. I guess their app must be new because a few months ago there was no app. I already tried doing it. It's really hard to do on their website on a mobile phone, even if like you
on an Excel. Oh, I cracked myself up.
I have a Samsung Galaxy Note 8, okay? The greatest phone ever invented until I buy the Note 10.
A Note 8? Yes!
Right. I'm a generation behind. Generation behind. What? Don't worry. When I buy the Note 10 and you need to charge your phone, and I could be like, don't worry, just put it against my phone and it'll charge. It's all good.
If you
That takes away your battery. Then you're asked out in an hour looking for a
what I
charger.
was going to follow that up was, but I would never do that because it'll probably kill my phone. I saw the commercial for that, and it was like they kept charging other phones, and I'm like, yeah, but that one phone's going to be dead in 5 minutes.
Exactly. Then that person's asked out for being Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah, I hope you brought a charger.
Yeah, well, you put your phone out to charge somebody else, and they just take your fucking phone.
Could do that too. Apparently, Boomer.
Is that what they do out there in fucking Iowa?
I was just gonna say, apparently, Boomer hangs out with a bunch of thieves, scumbags, but
bunch of thugs you hang out with, Boomer. What the hell are you doing?
Bunch of degenerate assholes.
Bunch of
hey, you want to charge your phone for free? Put it right here.
Promise I won't go nowhere.
Yeah. Oh, look, is that Batman?
Yeah, and then when they get away with their phone, they go, look, 2 for 2, 2 for 2, baby.
2 for 2.
And for anyone confused, that's a reference to the NFL draft episode that we did, which I highly, highly, highly recommend watching because it is hilarious. It's an hour and 40 minutes long, so pick your poison in the spots that you want to listen to if you don't want to watch the whole thing. But it's pretty funny. Now let's move on and get back on track with the last thing we're going to talk about. Mike, talk about your boy because you can't shut up about him. Austin Riley going off. Get into the numbers for me.
I tried to warn you guys prior to him getting called up. He is a natural power hitter in 18 professional major league games. 325 average, 9 home runs, 25 RBIs, 15 runs scored. Mind you, he started off batting 6, 7 in that range. Now that he's higher up in the batting order, those numbers are going to be inflated even further. And to kick it back just a little bit on him, including the minor leagues, he's up to 22 home runs and 55 RBIs and like a 370 average. So
pretty ridiculous.
NL Rookie of the Month for May and probably for June.
Let me just throw one name out there for you. Gary Sanchez had a very similar debut, right? Very similar start to his professional career. And you know how I feel about him now. For anyone that doesn't, go back and listen to the shows. I'm not a fan of Gary Sanchez. The way he hit last year was garbage. Obviously, everybody's all on him now because he's having a good season. We're only 2 months in. Talk to me at the end. Let's see what he does, okay? And
the batting average is different.
If he keeps dropping the ball, I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me what he does at the plate. But my point is Gary Sanchez started off that hot and pretty ridiculous numbers. It's not realistic to keep it up. So it's earlier in the season, obviously, that Austin Riley got called up than Gary did his first year. He only played like the last 2 months of the season. So I'm actually more intrigued about him than I was about Gary Sanchez, other than the fact that I'm a Yankee fan, because now we could really see how this is going to play out for the next few months straight with no time off, and we could see really what kind of ball player this kid's going to be, and if he really is going to be, obviously not anywhere, he's not going to be anywhere near what he's doing in these 18 games because these numbers are just off the charts, but if he's going to be a great player like that, well, damn, you guys just got Acuna and him. That's future's bright.
Freddie Freeman is having an MVP type season. I mean, those 3 guys in a lineup, and you can forget about Josh Donaldson.
I knew you were going to say, stop bringing his name up, please. Stop bringing him up.
He is like second or third in the major leagues in batting average with runners in scoring position and with 2 outs. So everybody has this stigma. Just because the man's getting paid $23 million.
No, it's not that.
Oh, he's not Mike Trout anymore.
It's not
he's not
that. You know what my issue with him is. It's not the money.
He has above average numbers right now. I'm satisfied.
And how many at-bats does he have compared to the rest of the league? You know, he was out with injuries again. That's my problem.
He's up there. He's got the regular amount. He's on pace for 140 games.
Well, let's see if he keeps it up because Josh Donaldson has had a healthy season in a long time. A long time.
Speaking of unhealthy seasons, McCutcheon's out for the year with an ACL.
That helps the Braves. That was a big loss for them. Great player, great guy, but
I see what you did there. I know. He's
trying.
Boomer. He was trying. He threw it out there like Well, this is my input. No.
Bryce Harper sucks.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
He stinks, by the way. He's
He
really
does.
stinking up for that contract.
Hey, Yankees, not signing Machado and Harper? Good job. Good job.
Machado not having a good year?
Good job.
Machado's doing better than Harper, but I don't
Which
think
isn't
he's
saying much.
a
So,
bona fide year.
as I was saying, never wanted them. Glad we don't have them. Don't care what they do in the future. Not worth it. None of it.
Hey, something not on the docket.
We're done, I think, anyway, so let's go.
Are you guys excited for the Women's World Cup coming up tomorrow? Friday?
Didn't know it was starting Friday, but I am excited now.
We missed the most important thing about all the sports. We had the MLB amateur draft. You guys don't even know it.
I do. I
Nobody
don't care.
cares.
Didn't even know.
Yeah.
Just a little quick note.
Big pitcher went first.
Toronto Blue Jays selected Roy Halladay's son, which was pretty cool.
That's right. Yeah, that is cool.
So,
Awesome. So back to how do you think
Well, actually, wait. Hold on. Let's stay on the topic of baseball right now.
Boomer.
Boomer. Not you, Boomer. Sorry. Mike.
Oh, a different Boomer.
No.
The other Boomer.
Oh, by the way, Boomer Esiason said "We the fans" today, and there's no way of me getting that audio. Kind of pissed about that. So just throw that out there.
Hit up Al
Eddie.
Hughes.
Hit up Eddie. He does the
There's probably a
soundboard.
podcast.
Al Hughes, man. Hit up Al Hughes.
Al
He'll work
Hughes.
it up.
Al Hughes.
Probably on a podcast.
But
Al
anyway,
Hughes.
so I was watching. Is Onions basketballs? So Boomer has no idea what we're talking about right now. So anyway, I was watching the Yankee game before we were doing the show, and they were talking about Gary Sanchez got up with the bases loaded, so they're talking about grand slams. I forgot who the player was. Pat Caddy, I think his name was, something like that. He had the highest batting average as far as grand slams go in MLB history. So obviously you're thinking, yeah, he probably doesn't have that many at bats. He was batting around a 500. I think it was a 486, something like that. He was batting. And Mike, wait till you hear this. So a 486, fine. So you're going, okay, maybe he got up 10 times, and he hit 4 grand slams out of those 10 times the bases were loaded, right? How about my man got up, I think it was 86 times with the bases loaded and hit, I don't remember what the number was, but it was over 40 home runs, 40 grand slams. So what that tells me is not that he was great, is that the rest of his team was awesome because they're always on base, and obviously no pitcher wants to pitch to anyone else on that team if he's getting up with bases loaded every single time. Still a ridiculous stat, but how do you get up?
What time zone was this? Like, what era?
I don't know, but no matter what, how do you get up 87 times with the bases loaded?
I mean, baseball's a lot different, like, way back in the day.
But was it that different that you're getting up 87 times in your career with the bases loaded? That's a lot. That's a hell of a lot.
Pitchers
How
were
do you guys
hitting.
feel about the women's national team? Like, you think they're going to win, or?
So anyway, Mike, that's a lot.
They're going to make it to the semifinals, Boomer. That's my bold prediction.
That's not a bold
They get
prediction.
ousted.
That's
They
just
get
about,
ousted.
That is not a bold prediction at all.
They get ousted in the
that's what they
semis.
do every
Sure
year.
is.
Every 4 years. That's what they do every 4 years. It's not a bold prediction. You want a bold prediction? The USA women's team is going to finally win the World Cup, and they're going to beat either China, Japan, or Germany in the finals. How about that?
Germany against China. That's the final right now.
Wasn't that the final last time?
The women did, yeah. They just won the last World Cup.
It's going to be a rematch.
What's going to happen is they're going to get beat
Market.
before even the quarterfinals. They're not going to make it out.
Ooh, they won't even. It's bold.
Still further than the men's team went last time. Didn't even make the cut. Didn't even make the cut. Bastards.
Very disappointment.
Terrible.
It was.
Anyone got anything else before we drop off?
No. Guess
Nothing?
Guess not.
Anything interesting? Nothing? Not sports related?
We're taking Wardwell to win the Belmont Stakes.
You heard it.
Full details on Kimbrel deal just came across my phone.
What are they?
Give me the
I
numbers.
don't know. I didn't click on it because then I can't tell you.
You tease.
All right. More breaking news. To end the show, We'll give you the details on the Craig Kimbrell trade, even though by the time you listen to this, you'll already know, so it doesn't matter. But what we need here...
That's not true. They might not listen to sports.
Then why would they listen to the podcast, Boomer?
Because they like us?
But what
We're charming. You got a bro tank on, Mike's in a full sweatshirt, I'm in a golf suit. What's not to love?
It's true. But what we really need these details for are bragging rights. So we need to see if I was right or if Mike was right. That's all that really matters here. I don't see anything, Boomer. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I still got the same information. Oh, wait. 3 years, $45 million. Mike, you were right on the dot.
Fucking nailed that,
you were right on the dot.
Nailed it.
You were right on the dot. Good for you. And with that,
Call
we'll
me
end the show.
MLB Stradamus.
Yeah.
No, that's me.
No, I'm MLB Stradamus.
Mike Stradamus.
I got
all right.
See, we could be Ron Stradamus, Mike Stradamus, Boom Stradamus. As long as it's one syllable, it works, no matter what it is. It could be shit Stradamus if you want it to be. Whatever you want. So we'll end it there with you having your bragging rights. You could take that into the next week's show if we don't take another 3-week break. We won't, don't worry. But before I plug our social media stuff, we'll plug the other two podcasts. Listen to Rebound with Sound. You could follow it on @ReboundWithSound on Instagram. Links in the bio. And listen to the Boomstick podcast with Boomer and Christian Stickrod. That's how they got the name. Boomer, Stickrod, Boomstick. There you go. Boomer's dancing. He's doing a little dance. Boomer's doing a little dance.
He's right now, baby. That's a gift.
Boomer's dancing. He's feeling good. And with that being said, if you're watching the video, you already know. It's all right there. Social media, all of it. Subscribe, review, listen to the audio, share it with your friends, tell everyone. Here's one more audio clip from the morning show on WFAN, if you knew what we were talking about before. But this one is a throwback. Tell your friends! Tell your friends! You could follow on Instagram and Facebook @WeTheFansNetwork. And more specifically, you could follow me personally on Twitter @WeTheFans_Ron. And where are you? Down that way? Yep. And Mike, over there?
I'm up here, but hey, Boop, there it is on Twitter, and Boom went to Dynamite on Instagram. Go Braves.
And Boomer.
@Live with Boomer or @TCB.
You know what I noticed? Boomer was in a really good mood today. I like it.
He's living in a house on 3 acres. He's
just got done golfing, had a 6-pack of beer. You know.
Oh, I went golfing on Monday. It was excellent. First time of the year.
It is great.
There you go.
Shot
Golfing's
one
great.
over as a team.
Nice.
Killing it on the putts, bro.
I don't know how many people are on your team, but I mean
3. We somebody didn't show up, but hey, it was a work outing.
All right, so
Sorry,
I would have got
ruined the show. Ruined the end of the show. It's not a show unless we ruin the end of it.
Yep. I was thinking the same thing the whole time you guys were talking. I guess we'll do this again then. So anyway, listen, come back next week. I'm not plugging all that stuff again. You already heard it. I won't waste your time. We're just going to get out of here. Peace out. Let's go Yankees. Let's go Blues. Yes, I'm rooting against Boston, even though we picked them. I told you it was going to happen. Let's go St. Louis. I can't have Boston win anything. Peace out.
Word to your mother.
See you later, guys.